Welcome, welcome, everyone. I am so excited to have Lesley here with me today. We are going to do a behind the scenes deep dive into what even is an online business, the tech that you need, the funnels that you need, the automations that save you boatloads of time, and basically everything in between. Because I know that a lot of practitioners and coaches don't even really know what an online business is. What is an online program? What does it look like? Probably, if you're watching this, you're asking yourself, can I even have one? I'm not sure. So, my job is to show you all different kinds of examples so that you can see that regardless of who is on the screen with me, regardless of what niche they're in or where they live, the structure of their business is the exact same, which means it will be the same for you. Which means, of course, you can have an online program and of course, you can have an online business. So, with that being said, we are going to get right into it. Hello, Lesley. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Amazing. So let's start by just doing a little intro. Why don't you share with the people who you are and what you do?
So I am Lesley and I live in Whitefish, Montana, which is getting a little bit cold this time of year, but such a beautiful place surrounded by mountains. And so I, along with my business partner, Tamaya, we work with coaches and practitioners, and we teach them how to identify and clear the root mental and emotional causes of their clients' physical symptoms so that those clients can get better and consistent and longer lasting results.
And I know you and I did a bunch of coaching at the beginning when you first came into Zero to Clients around the languaging and around the wording and how to get what you do and how you help practitioners and coaches succeed in their business. Do you want to share a little bit before we go and share your screen? Do you want to talk a little bit about what that process was like? Because there's a difference between, clinically being able to speak to what you do and then having the marketing language around it. Do you want to share a little bit about what that was like for you, that process?
Yes, exactly. So the first time, I think it was before I even joined, I was on a masterclass with you, and remember I was at the dentist, I got into my car and you talked me through the niche. We thought, our original thought was to offer it to everyone. And then we talked with you about who do you want to target? And so we came up with practitioners because then we could really zero in on, because our mission is we want to help people, and this is the method to do it, but we only have so much time. So teaching other practitioners how to do it allows us to get this out to everyone in theory.
Yes. And just do a little bit of a deeper dive of what you actually do. And the reason I'm asking is because we have a lot of, as you know, in our ZTC community, we have a lot of people who practice, who do energy work, who use a lot of the modalities that you train on. And we have a lot of people watching who cannot conceptualize how they would turn their training in terms of whatever it is, right? Muscle testing, kinesiology, and like somatics, all of these things, right? Energy work into an online program. So can we just talk a little bit about like what you actually do and how you've been able to really harness, having an online program, having technology and focusing in on, one particular niche?
Yeah. So what we do, we use muscle testing. That is the tool that we use. As we'll go into it, our lead magnet, we actually give people that information on how they can teach themselves how to muscle test. And we did this through videos. We started before the pandemic. We knew we wanted to get an online course. So we started in, I think, 2018. And prior to that, we honed in on the method that we use it's been like 10 years that we've been working on it and perfecting it. And so we started making videos in 2018, 19, but we didn't know what we were going to do with them. We're like, oh, there's Teachable, Kajabi. Like, we had no idea. We know what we do. And basically we use muscle testing, and we have different ways to identify what are the root causes, because if you're not getting to the root causes of your clients' physical symptoms, they're not going to get better. So I mean, it works for like physical therapy. Like I went to a chiropractor forever because, I didn't identify what was really going on in my body, and it was stored in my back. So so for us, we get into what's going on, like what's the root cause? What age was it started at? Like, let's dig deep to figure out and how to clear it. And so we put it into an online course through the videos. So we show with our videos how to do the muscle testing, the different methods, finding one that works for them, and also our method to clear, to identify the root causes. And we have that information. We have different lists. We have different questions. We packaged it all up thanks to you and the organization. Like, I'm an organized person, but it was so helpful to have the coaches to make sure it made sense, because I've been living and breathing this. Tamaya and I have been doing this for so long. It's ingrained in us, but get somebody else to understand and that it makes sense is huge.
Right. And so not only are you offering this to, people who want to, I know we can't say this, but we're going to say it, heal,
themselves, they heal themselves. We just
right. They resolve them.
Yeah.
They resolve. That's the word we use. They resolve their issues. And now there's also an opportunity for practitioners and coaches to come and learn these modalities as well, to add into their own practice. So I think it's just such a beautiful collaboration between your experience, your expertise. I mean, you basically are doing what I did, right? You created something that you saw worked. And then I'm certain other people started asking you, other coaches, other practitioners, like, can you teach me how to do this? I want to do this with my clients.
And we did it in person, like we've done it in person. Yeah. But and especially to the pandemic, I mean, the pandemic also made it, one of the good things that came out of it is now everyone knows how to use Zoom.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I did the same thing. I did my certifications in person and then I moved it online. And so I wanted to emphasize this because, I've sort of seen Lesley put this together from the very beginning. And I know that it's really challenging for people who work in the energetic realm, or for people who are manual practitioners, to comprehend how to take what they do and turn it into an online setting. And so what I wanted to do is, before we even, jumped into the tech of it, for you to hear and see Lesley, to be like, okay, there's evidence. Like, if she can do it with muscle testing and clearing and teaching other people how to clear the energy, you can do it too. There is a way to transfer what you do into an online setting. So I really wanted to start there. I wanted to show the evidence because if more people were taught these tools, the world would be a better place, right?
It can be done. I just did a treatment the other day for 5 minutes. I just tapped into, and we have, like I said, we give you all the information. Like my business partner, Tamaya, she is very intuitive. And I have become, but I am a very analytical, organized person. That's why muscle testing is great for me, because I have a way to get the answers, even if I can't rely on my intuition, which I can now. But I did a 5-minute treatment, and it was phenomenal results. Someone had a sty in their eye, and she said within a day, the swelling's gone down, everything. And that was 5 minutes of emotional treatment.
Yeah. And so I think, I don't know that we need to, I don't like this word, but convince anybody about, energy and emotions. I think we're preaching to the choir here, but I wanted to start that way, so that for those of you that are looking for an example, this is one, right? Not only is it, available to clients, but it's also a tool that you can learn and bring to your clients inside of your own online program, which is phenomenal. So with that being said, let's dive in. And what I want you to pay attention to as you are watching this is the structure, because the structure of every single person that I am chatting with who is in zero to clients, the structure is the exact same. It might aesthetically look different because we give you different mood boards, and it might, there might be, some people might offer one-to-ones in their coaching. Some people might offer different, your offer might be different, and that's fine. But the structure, the fundamentals, the mile markers that attract the stranger, turn them into a prospect, and turn them into a client, they're all the same. Which again, it's like, will this work for me? Yeah, because you need a way to attract the strangers, and you need lead gen, and you need nurture, and you need a webinar, and you need an enrollment process, and you need a way to deliver your online program. Like, why wouldn't it work for you? So let's go ahead, and you're going to share your screen.
All right.
And do you run ads? I can't remember.
Oh, we do.
You run ads. Okay. So let's start there.
Okay.
Let's start with your ads platform. Yeah. Perfect. And so inside zero to clients,
I can show you this. We've gone through quite a few. We like to experiment. We dove into the ads pretty deeply to see what works, and we wanted results quick. So we definitely experimented.
Yeah. And so talk to me a little bit about your experience learning ads.
Tamaya had done some courses on Facebook ads. I was completely new to it. So for me, it was a little bit foreign, but the information was great, especially to the coaches, like writing an ad. And the Facebook has, as you know, Facebook has a lot of restrictions, and especially energy work. You can't talk freely. You can't say symptoms. You can't say the word you can't target two people. Like, there's so many things you don't know about. And so writing the ad, I mean, that was to get the language around. Tyler was amazing with that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the same for many of the professionals that we work with. You can't say acne, you can't say weight loss.
Yeah.
Right. We can't, there's a lot of no words. So it's coming. And, so many times people will say to me, oh, I can't use ads because I, work with, I don't even want to say it because I'm like scared Facebook's going to hear and then shut down my page. Anyway, it's banned words that they can't say. I'm like, it's fine. We will come up with funny, cute, really good creative language, because people know what it means to have adult nighttime fun. And that's the language that we have to kind of use as an example of words you can't say that ends in an X. You know what I mean? Like, so there's always a workaround. So why don't you go ahead and share your ad? And so what we're looking at here is the first step.
Do you want to see the
yeah, you can just hit edit.
It's edit. You want to see that? Okay, perfect.
There you go. Yeah.
And then where do you want to see the actual ad itself?
Yeah. So I think if you just click it, there. Right. So that's the image. This is the ad. It's speaking directly to, people who, I mean, it's the first sentence, right? Since I was a child, I wish I had a superpower. Right. Once I started with my clients, it was incredible. They were achieving remarkable results in no time. And then what's the name of your lead magnet? Oh, how to get clients amazing results. Right. And so that's one of the things that you and I remember specifically talking about, because I think when practitioners and coaches come in to work with us inside of Zero to Clients, you are very adamant about only talking about your methodology. Like, I was like, your ad can't talk about muscle testing. Like, your ad can't talk about the modality itself, because that's not a painful problem. What is the problem that practitioners and coaches experience? And so we talked about not being able to get clients, and we talked about the lack of confidence that they're going to be able to get clients really good lasting results. And we were like, okay, that's the painful problem. That is so practitioners, coaches who click on this ad, they're doing it because they want a tool to get clients really good results. They don't even know what the tool is yet. They don't know who Lesley is. They don't know anything, right? But the reason that they're clicking on this ad is because they have low confidence. So that is a painful problem, right? This insecurity that they're not going to be able to get their clients really good results. And the copy in the ad resonates with them. They're probably highly sensitive. They probably are intuitive. You know, if they were very logical, sort of non-emotional people, they wouldn't click on the ad. The copy wouldn't resonate, right? So the copy plus the image plus the lead magnet works in unison to bring in the right people.
Yes. And we tested a shorter ad as well, where we said right in the title, as a practitioner. Here we just went as a child. We gave it more, but as you go through this, you discover what audiences prefer. You test all of it. We tested a long copy, a short copy. And this ad set, the audience that we use here, they liked the long story. They wanted the story. They would read through it. And it's like, Tamaya and I joke, it's like a dating app, because you're like,
100%.
do people like our ad? Like, why don't they like us? What is it? And so
100%
comedy in that sense. You're just like, and then people start liking it. They just comment, they'll just heart your ad, and you're like, oh my goodness, they like me.
Yeah. And I think that's a really important point, especially for people who are scared to start with ads.
Yeah.
And even with your online program, actually, anything that you do, it's funny, it's like a continuum, right? They like it a little bit, but they could like it more, right? So it's always like, okay, we have to just get a baseline in order to know how to improve. And I think people are so scared to put out an ad because they're like, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, then we just tweak the copy. Like, it's not a big deal.
And there's a method to that. It's not like exactly, there is a method when she says we tweak it. There are steps that they follow. So
yeah, it's like, well, how do I know how to tweak it? Well, you have to do one thing. Like, there are steps, right? So it's not, nothing is an unknown. It's just like, well, what if people don't want to work with me? I'm like, then we make your offer sound better. Like, it's not, it's not there. It's not a pass or fail. It's a continuum of improvement. And I think that's really important for people to know.
Because it is like, even once you go through this, it's continuing. So and what I like is the structure is you're building this up, you're learning your techniques. There's the support systems there. You can do accountability calls. And if you are just starting a business and you haven't done any of this, they teach you you teach us how to block off the time, use your calendar. And if you already know how to do that, that's great. But it's for everyone.
For a lot of people, even yesterday in a call, I was chatting with some folks, and they had already done exactly where you are. They had built it out. And I had 3 people on the call, all with very similar feelings of overwhelm, where they were like, I don't know how to sort of get started with my content. And we walked it through I was like, here's what you're going to do. You're going to start with this, and then you're going to take this piece of content and you're going to repurpose it over here. And then you're going to take it over here and you're going to go over here. So there's an answer. But anyway, I don't want to get off track here. So how does Lesley get clients? How does Lesley grow her email list? How does Lesley get people into her Facebook group, right? How does Lesley grow her audience so that she can then nurture them, educate them, and empower them, and then have them enroll into her online program? So this is step 1. Right? It's leveraged leads. It's leveraged because when ads are running, they are running 24/7, and they are building her email list for her on her behalf, whether she's on the computer or not. So it's leveraged. Then we move into capturing the lead. So from the Facebook ad, where do the people go? Right? Because she needs to actually get them onto her email list. So go ahead and share your opt-in page. Your lead magnet opt-in page. Yep, exactly. So very simple. Lesley made this her own. This is where they go from the ad. They're going to enter their name and their email, and they're going to hit download now. And after they hit download now, they're going to go to the thank you page. So share the thank you page.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. And on the thank you page, there's an invitation to join the Facebook group, right? Clearing emotional causes of symptoms using the Body Connect method. So every single thing is anchored to this painful problem, right? Every single thing is very specific for professionals who want to learn this technique to get their clients better results, right? And maybe even just for themselves, right? Maybe they don't even want to use it with clients yet. They might just want to start with themselves. So anybody who's interested in using the Body Connect method is going to be attracted to this, right? Anybody in the energy realm. Yeah, go ahead.
And we did. And so for us, we thought about what do you offer too, because you have to figure out what's going to get them in. And so part of our course, as you'll see, the second module is learning how to muscle test. So if we teach you that now, it's going to save you time. You're going to get more benefit out of the course because you'll already have seen the material. You've already taught yourself that. So that was what we taught. And we spoke to coaches about that. Like, this is what we want to do because it will help them see results before they even come join us, as long as they do it. So that's what we have to just get them to do it.
Right. As like anyone, right? Like anyone doing anything ever, as long as they do it. So now you have an email subscriber. Yay. That's amazing. And they have now also joined your Facebook group.
Yes.
And so what happens after somebody clicks from the ad onto the opt-in page, submits their email address and gets to this thank you page is the automations in Flowy kick off.
So
no, automations.
You want to go see the automations? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. And what we're looking for is the lead magnet opt-in first. It's like in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are. And so this is what we build for you. So we build out that opt-in page you saw, we build out the thank you page, and we make sure that all of this is connected and we test it. And so we're giving you the templates to write the emails. You customize them to your brand and your niche and all of that good stuff. You give them back to us, and then we just set them up for you. And so this is the immediate response, and the 1 day later that delivers the PDF, right? So it's all automatic. So if Lesley gets a new email subscriber at 3:00 in the morning and she's sleeping, she doesn't care because she's sleeping and it doesn't matter, and her automations have her. And so after they get onto the email list, just hit the back button. So back to workflows. Yep, perfect. And then they're going to go through the, KLT plus E. See, she even knew. Like, I didn't need to tell her where they go next. She knows. And now they're getting the nurture sequence. So now they're getting introduced to you. Now you are starting to nurture them. You're starting to engage with them. This sequence is written in such a way that you start to get responses from people who are ready to learn. And it gives you an opportunity to start an enrollment conversation with them. And again,
look, 12 people. Yay, look at that. Amazing.
Right? There's 12 people who are waiting to get this next email, right? There's 3 people down here who are waiting. Scroll down a bit. And then there's 3 people down here who are waiting. So these are all email subscribers who are in the middle. That's so cool. They're in the middle of the nurture sequence. So even when somebody gets onto your email list, it's not like you have to panic and worry that, oh my gosh, I haven't sent an email in 3 days. Like they think I've ghosted them. That's actually not a problem because of the way that we set this up for you. Right?
Yeah. And it is, and that goes Facebook ads. That's from Facebook ads. We upped our budget and because the ad was working great. So we upped the budget. And so we have more leads now. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so when they get onto your email list and they're in your Facebook group, now we have to create content for them, right? Now we have to start educating them. Do you want to just do a quick scroll? You probably don't have it up here, but that's okay.
Okay.
Can you open your Facebook group real quick?
I sure can. Oh, hopefully we're going to try. I'm on Chrome. I don't normally use Chrome, but they should. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Facebook is
just, there we
here.
go. Perfection. So this is the Facebook group, right? And scroll
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so content,
Yeah.
right?
We're
Masterclass,
yeah.
right? Masterclass. There we
Yeah.
go.
And then before the masterclass, we welcome.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, right? And these are all just different, right?
Yeah.
Pieces of content to keep them paying attention to you and to keep top of mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really simple. Between the Facebook group and sending emails, now there's top of mind. And so from the email list and the Facebook group, then they register for the webinar. So do you want to show the webinar registration?
Yeah.
There we go. So they come here, and because this is, we all know that our clients, my clients, your clients have blocks. This is interesting. If you are a practitioner or coach and you work in the realm of energy, or you work in trauma, or you work in any of the spiritual realm, this is a masterclass that you would want to attend. Like if you knew about Lesley.
And it's tomorrow.
And it's tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow. And so people register for this class. They take it. And so from here, where do they go?
Well, then they get the thank you page.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they haven't already joined the Facebook group, there's another opportunity for them.
Yep, absolutely. And then so from here, now they are registered for the webinar, and we want to make sure that they show up for the webinar. So now we go, and the automations again, they're all set up. So you can just go back to workflows.
Yeah, let's go back.
And they're right here. So you can just find the webinar registration and push to show, like, it's set up. So even if they decided to run a different webinar too, all they would have to do is duplicate this.
Yeah. So we have 2 people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right. So they have 2 people in that sort of like wait sequence.
Yeah.
Because they're at the beginning, right? And so the push to show number 5 or 6 probably would have already kicked off, right? And so there's, because it's tomorrow, obviously. And so if they wanted to do another webinar, or they wanted to do a workshop, or they want to do anything, they would just duplicate this. It would be set up, and they would change the content in the emails, but they wouldn't need to change anything else. That's what I do. Every time I do a new event, I just duplicate the old one.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very easy. And so then they come to the webinar, and you educate them on the webinar, which is a fun time. Do you like doing your masterclass?
And this will be our first one. So yeah.
Okay. Amazing. How do you feel about it?
I'm a little nervous. I think the content, we've gone over it. I mean, it's what you know. I think the beautiful thing too is because of the time that you're writing the emails, you're doing all this, the information is ingrained in you over and over again. So, and so, you know, the content inside and out, but obviously there's a script. And so we have what we'll say and a flow to it and what's important. So yeah, we're excited.
Amazing.
Nervousness and excitement are the same feeling.
Yeah, they are the same.
They are.
And so you'll do the master class, and then you will invite people to book a call.
Yes.
Right. So then they go to your online scheduler.
Let me go on my tabs.
All the tabs.
There we go.
There we go. So they will go from the master class in Zoom, and they will go and they will book a call.
And
right. Maximizing.
The maximizing clients results breakthrough call. And we have 2 of us. So we go all available, but if someone wanted specific, but just because we have 2 of us on the calendar, so you can do that.
Yep, absolutely. And then again, the beautiful part is, because we're leveraging automations, once somebody schedules a call, go back into Flowy. And this is all set up for you. So just go back to workflows.
Yeah, okay, you want me to go Flowy?
Yeah, it's fine. You can just go back to workflows. Just hit there we go.
And
then we're going call booked confirmation reminder.
Yep.
Yep. And again, it's all set up, right? So these are the email scripts the email templates that we give you to customize, to get people to show up to the call. And once they book a call, all of these things happen automatically. You can send email, you can send text message reminders. There's so much you can do. You can set up WhatsApp reminders, like whatever you want. And that way, the people who are booking a call with you are reminded of the call and then they show up. And so you have the enrollment call with them. And then you enroll them on the phone or you enroll them on Zoom, and you will enter their payment details into your checkout page. There you go. And then once they complete their checkout, right, they don't get the thank you page because you're doing it for them. So you see the thank you page, but they never see it, which is why it looks like this, because they don't see it. And now you have a new client. And so once that happens, because we connect the checkout page to the automation, again, it happens automatically. So even if you were to give the client the link to the checkout page and they enrolled at 10 o'clock at night, they're going to get instant access to your content hub. They're not having to wait for you. And then you're panicked in the morning when you wake up because you can't sit down at your computer until 10 o'clock because you have drop off and dog walking and the whole nine. And right. So then, yep, go back into Flowy. Perfect. And then go back to workflows. And now we're going to send where is it? The signature program delivery and check-in emails. So this is now your client onboarding and delivery automation. So the first email, this email, signature program delivery email 1, that is your onboarding email. That's welcoming the person to the program. It's giving them their unique login and password to be able to access your content hub. It's linking them to the program specific Facebook group if you choose to use one. It's linking to the forms. It's linking to the contract. It's doing everything that you need to do to professionally onboard them. And so when they get their username and password, then they're going to come into your content hub, which houses your online program. So this is which there we go. And so when they come in, right, then yeah, absolutely. And this is what it looks like for them. And so the beautiful part of not only us setting this up, but Flowy and using Flowy, which you get for free during your time in ZTC, by the way. The beautiful part is you can actually track every single client's progress. You can see how many times they've logged in. You can see how many times they've watched a particular thing, where in the particular thing they left off. You can see if they've downloaded. You can see if they've completed. And so you can really provide a level of accountability that, for example, if they haven't even logged in 30 days, the system will be set up to send them a reminder. Hey, notice you haven't logged in for 30 days. Let's go, right? And so all of these things are set up in advance. How did it feel seeing your program set up for you?
Oh, it was an amazing feeling. And then, yeah, you get to customize a little bit, and understand how to change things if you need to. Cause there was a few things that we wanted to change, but yeah, sure. So, and it was easy to do. Like we added our logo. So that was great. So, and we created that in Canva. I mean, I think it was very user-friendly and quite easy to do.
Yeah. And then just go into module 2 for me, just to show everyone. So even if you have, right. So here's the video on YouTube, right? There's the lesson plan that you can access. Here's another, like, it looks beautiful. It looks very professional. Right. And then there's a bunch of different downloads, and then mark is complete.
Yeah. Mark is complete. And right. We did our lesson plan, like everyone's different. Some people have like 5 lesson plans in a module. We chose to do a PDF because we have videos, we have certain documents, we have a system, like you guys have a system. We would like you to do it in a certain way. So we set it up that way. So it's in one place. And then we tell you
Right.
exactly what to download, what to print, or what options to print or not print, just so people understand.
Yeah. And just like any automation, the beautiful part of Flowy and setting this up is that when they do, a continuing education or an alumni or a next level program, all they have to do is duplicate out this content hub and swap links, right? Everything is set up, everything is there. They just duplicate it.
Yeah, and we're working on that to get that done in the next few months. So we're already on
Right. Of
videos.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Right. Because once people are finished this program, they're going to be like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Right. How do I continue to train with you? How do I continue to learn with you? And that's the beauty of building a brand and an online business that specializes in solving one particular problem. Because once that initial problem is solved, another one opens, right? We don't just end problems. Like we all have continuing problems. So it's like once they're done, how long is your program? How many weeks?
We have 12 modules, so 12 weeks, but typically the first one is an intro. And if they've done their lead magnet and they've done muscle testing, they would start with module 3. So they could get into there'll be more, there's more information here they would get through, but they could start really within the third week. With the first week, they could be doing module 3 if they did.
Right.
Lead magnet. So, and we give them access for 4 months though, because our idea is that once you complete this, we say a week is a good enough time. We feel that it's not too pressured. And then, so at the end of that, even if you take the full 12 weeks, and we offer a bonus module as well, you'll have 1 month to ask us questions, to attend the coaching calls. So while you're applying it in your practice, but with module, once you learn the method in module 4, you can already start, you can take elements. Like if you put 5 minutes into your clients to add this into your existing practice, whether you're a nurse, a physical therapist, a coach, you can already start doing it within 4 weeks. The program, really in 2 weeks, you could probably start playing around with it with clients just a little bit.
Right. And so this is the best thing about having an online business, again, with a specific niche, is that you get to journey. You can actually stop sharing because we're good now. Thank you for that. And I think this is really important, and I would love to get your perspective on it as well. I know for me, when I was a nutritionist, and of course now too, I want to journey with my clients. I don't want to be the stopgap of like, okay, so here's a session, and we're done. I want to have them stay until I can no longer serve them.
Exactly.
Right. Until they've outgrown me. Right. Which would be ideal. Right. Go do better than me. Yeah. Right. Go become more successful. And that's why having an online program that you can duplicate it out, offer a next level program, iterate it, change it. It's so important, especially when you attract people who have this painful problem, because you, as the expert, have the ability to journey with them through their transformation, whatever that is.
Well, and it is, and I think you can learn something, but and we have a couple of people going through our program already, and it's this is years of knowledge that's been created from both myself and Tamaya, and muscle testing, if anybody knows about it, it's as good as your questions are. So some things come logical, some things aren't. So it's how you ask questions, it's how you see things, it's different perspectives, and to have someone that's been doing this for many years, you've seen so many things, so you're adding more tools to your bag. And so that's the benefit of it, is because you're getting our knowledge of and what we've done that didn't work. That's why we created the method, is so you don't have to buy all the courses that we spent thousands and thousands of dollars on that just didn't give us the results we wanted. So we've taken that out, just like you did for us. Like you didn't give 5 years of trying to figure this out.
And that's like, y'all, you need to hear me when I say this, because that's what people are paying for.
Yeah.
Curated knowledge, right? That's what the practitioners and coaches who come into Zero to Clients are paying for. They are paying for us to remove everything that is unnecessary for them to be able to, in a 6-month period, have a fully operational online business, right? We remove everything that is unnecessary. And when they bring stuff to us that is unnecessary, we tell them to stop it.
Yeah.
Because it's
I love
unnecessary.
Your message. You are. Yeah, you are.
Right?
That's why they love you, is because and that's the beautiful thing is too, you can be who you are on. I mean, that's what it's about. We bring our you-ness, that's why people gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
And as people listening to this as well, like you have to be true to yourself and whatever way that is, but that's the important part. And you will get, as you say, your purple ducks.
And it's not, and to be clear, it's not that, we're being mean or we don't want you to have success. It's that, and I think this is so important, right? It's that you don't know what you don't know. And we have the perspective and we have the experience. Just like when your clients come to you and they're like, well, what about this? And what about this? And you're like, can you just do the things I'm telling you to do and not these 17 other things? Because you as the professional know better, right? Yeah. That if they continuously shiny object or try this thing or try that thing, they're never going to follow through with the proven method that works.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for this.
Well, thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure.
Yeah, this was so fun. And thank you to everybody for watching. And again, it's so important to show and to demonstrate examples, because it is, even though it might feel like, the niche is saturated and whatever, it's so not, because the majority of practitioners and coaches still don't know what an online business actually is. And we just showed you what it is. Of course, there's nuance. Of course, there's work involved in terms of customizing content and, like Lesley says, really testing your messaging, right? Testing the webinar. They're going to do it for the first time tomorrow. And then they're going to come to a coaching call. I'm going to be like, great, do it again the following week. That's the advice, right? Let's tweak this, let's tweak that. But, regardless, we're going to do it again. And then we're going to do it again. And you're going to do it again. And then you're going to do it again.
Yes, right? Exactly.
And that's how this works. And that's how you get, that's how you get momentum, and that's how you get success. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody watching, and we will chat soon. Bye.